Are things finally changing at Chelsea Football Club? I know you guys are coming on to me now. I'm saying we lost 3-0 back to back. We conceded 12 goals. We lost to Everton. All this stuff. And there's a bunch of Maresca revisionism going on right now, but I don't like it. But I would like to say, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It helps push up the channel. If you love Chelsea as much as me, then there's no harm in doing it. Do you know what I mean? But getting onto the video. See, guys, I know you guys that have Twitter, YouTube, there's been a lot of stuff popping up on my timeline. One of the things that are popping up on my timeline, if I just go on Twitter now, there's a bunch of experience talk being thrown out. Like, I've just opened up Twitter, bang, a tweet about an experienced defender at Benfica. You start to look at this stuff and you may be feeling that the ownership have heard enough of us. Maybe they've heard something. Maybe it's not to scrap the whole project, but they've learned something from us, that we are not ready to even listen to all of this stuff. We're not ready to listen to this 18-year-old. Not ready to, don't give me Said Almala as a response to losing to 8-2 on aggregate. Said Almala could be the best player and the best winger to come into Chelsea and be all that guy. But my response to losing 8-2 in aggregate is not buying another wonder kid. That's the fact. That's actually the fact. Because we look at PSG's project and we look at ours. We started around the same time. They've got a Ballon d'Or winner. They've won the Champions League 5-0 in a final. It's mad. It's mind games. I'm watching Liam Rose in there. Can't even pass the ball out the back. Our goalkeepers are doing nonsense. I'm just looking at this stuff and I'm just there like, damn, this is all so sad. This is all very sad. Our captain, our vice captain anyway, our true captain, doesn't even want to be here. But I'm saying, are things finally changing at Chelsea that I don't think the ownership have been under this much scrutiny? Everyone says maybe before, the ownership have never been under this much scrutiny. I'm talking the owners themselves. There's been scrutiny on the players and thingy, but this one is solely on the owners. They have to listen. Otherwise, they will end up in a stage where they don't even have a connection with the fans. I don't think our football club has ever been this divided. I'm being so serious. I've supported Chelsea since God knows when, and I've never noticed us to be this divided. So watching this and watching my club fall apart slowly is very upsetting. I'll be honest, boys. Seeing it, being there is like, it's mind games, to be honest. And I'm not going to be here and sit down, but there's been some positive turns. Caicedo, in his interview, they asked him Real Madrid. He said, no, I want to become a club legend at Chelsea. Those are the type of players you need. When it's the tough times, when the fans are not even backing you, when the players, the manager, everything, it goes to crap, and you need that player that says, no, I'm going to be here. And if you guys think your guys like Cole Palmer are like that, no chance. It's your guys like Moises Caicedos. Those are your kind of guys that will stick through those rough patches. Cucurella, he owes us. He had a rough patch and he's still here. You see all these guys. These are guys that will ride out for you. Even our guy Nacho, you'd be surprised. These are the guys that will stay around and help you. Estevals will help you and stay around. Those are the kind of players and the mentality you need at this club. Like, this is why I'm saying, when you look at all these players and you look at the Cole Palmer's reaching form, it's because there's due to a lack of balance. Enzo Fernandez doing all these interviews. It's a shame that two of our best players can't coexist in the same team without having so many defensive frailties. Chelsea have been ran past a bunch of times in the, outran in every Premier League game this season. When you bring in players, I'm hearing us linked to like Van der Vens, these runners that can recovery pace, Belabers, Anderson, some true athletes, because that's what this Chelsea team is missing. I can't look at the starting 11 and see an athlete except from Jarrell Hato. Jarrell Hato and Chalobah are true athletes, and Chalobah for me he's not the guy, and he's injured for 6 weeks. We got Jarrell Hato, who looks like a true athlete. Pedro Neto, but Pedro Neto is Pedro Neto. He will still do Pedro Neto things. But the things I'm saying why Chelsea are changing is because everyone's relying on these youngsters, but Chelsea know that they're going to sign a minimum, as per Ben Jacobs anyway, we're going to sign a minimum of 2 centre-backs, potentially a goalkeeper, another midfielder, and another winger. As long as the winger is not Garnacho, Pedro Neto based, and he has a bit of flair about him like an Ndai or something, it's going to change the trajectory of our club. It might not take us to first, but it's definitely going to take us solidify top four, which is what we want. Which is what we want. As of right now, solidify top four. You have to go through that phase. You can't just go from top five to first. It doesn't work like that in the Premier League. You can get to like second, third by signing the right players, getting the right system, the right manager. Because you guys have seen my last videos. It did well. But I thought Liam Rossinen was the right manager for us. And as of right now, I don't. But the club are really backing him. And I can see his football working. He's beating Crystal Palace at Strasbourg. But I just don't think, and I do think at some like gravity of the situation is that these players are letting him down. Because you look at the kind of goals we're conceding, it's not, I wouldn't say his football is terrible, don't get twisted, but like Wesley Fofana getting beaten in behind by Beto is it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Obviously the system helps, like, you know what I mean, but it just lets us know that it just highlights the fact that we don't have athletes in this team. And I'm sorry, like, man seeing John Terry and all these guys, you know, SENs, all these midfielders, Kante's, bro, this man would have never let these kind of goals go in. So it's about the ability of the players as well. So I'm not going to sit here and solely say I hate Liam Rossini. Yeah, I'm not going to. Because I think things can change at Chelsea with these right moves. The two centre-backs, minimum. And then we got a midfielder. I think we do need a midfielder or two. I don't think we can trust Lavia. It might be I feel like we'll see with that. Then a left winger and a backup right winger. We just need another left winger because Kenda can play on both sides and we can see how good he is. But I was excited about Kenda until we got that ankle injury. So now you know that it's going to be more of a patient game. But we're going to see how it goes. And I just feel like things could turn on the upright if the ownership do what we want. But we know with the ownership that they don't like to do the stuff we want. So we're going to see these side Almadas come through. We're going to see all these young G's. I'm just expecting at least 2 quality centre-backs. And the only problem with this system is that we like to skimp out. PSG didn't skimp out on the money. That is why they are where they are. When you want a Jeremy Jacket, you don't, and he's highly rated as a centre-back, you don't start dilly-dallying and being like, oh yeah, I want to pay this and this is my max price. And sometimes you got to break the bank for the players that will change your football club's trajectory. It's simple as that. That's actually the fact. You can't sit here and be like, oh, no, my football club, I need to save money because what if you want another? Like, no, you can't think that. Because you've got to think long term, but you can't think that long term. Because if we're not making top 4 and we have to watch Champions League football, Conference League football again, I can't lie, I think it would break me as a Chelsea fan watching Conference League because I wouldn't even know how to talk about it, to be honest. Like, what would be so interesting about Conference League? Like, or retain our title, that's so boring. As a thing, like, we've won it all. It's just a copium mechanism for us actually being in the Conference League. I don't think we should have ever been in the Conference League, and I don't ever want to be there again. So I really hope we do fix up, and I really do hope that Chelsea can become great again, and these kind of things will change our whole club's trajectory. So I'm hoping. Let me know what signings you guys would want in the comments. Do you know what I mean? And hope you have a good one. Up the Chelsea.